We all got different takes, obviously. Fuck different takes. We all thinking different.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with y'all niggas, man?
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
Believe it or not, a lot of us is immoral as a motherfucker. You just think you got a lot of morality because you might not. You be like, yo, I don't really do no heinous acts. I don't really treat people. I don't really do all this, right? This is what you do. This is what you say to yourself. But how often do you let that happen for others? How often do you stand by when somebody else is being treated unfairly? When somebody else might be getting dragged through the mud? When somebody else needs a little bit of your help? When the punishment might be too heavy for the crime? When the slander too much, where you stand at, man?
Feeling of a 3-count indictment charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct.
Yo, I'm hating this sex shit, man. I'm going to tell y'all, man, I'm never going to be the same again if something happened to Puff. What up, Hub? I'm never going to be the same again if something happened to Puff, gang. Because I feel like deeply inside this shit is wrong. And I ain't gonna front, this shit be making me hate black people, man. Yo, listen, right? I'm not, yo, Hub, you probably know this, you fuck with me. I'm not against freaky shit. I'm not, like, homophobic, so I'm against, so, like, I be thinking, wait, you know how I start to thinking this shit all crazy, so I know crime and punishment, and I know what certain shit could do to your life and positions it could put you in, and nah, man, you can't, bro, because it's just so, it's so unfair for Puff to get locked up, bro. He could be a freak. So it's like some people don't like porn stars. I think I could be cool with a porn star. I think that, like, if I had met a porn star and fell in love with her, I could be cool with her. I guess we all different. But some people will look down on porn stars. I just can't do that. It's hard for me. Like, I think the one thing I look down on more than anything else is stupidity, bro. I don't think he turning nobody out. So look, right? Say, for instance, that a rich person see me grinding out here and they invite me to their crib and they like, yo, look, I know you ain't gay, but you sexy to me. And I want to offer you this kind of money, right? If I take that money, yes, I can come back later on and be like, yo, motherfucker did this, maybe my... Then we get to the, oh, he hit me, he did this. Every motherfucker in the world I know personally has been in physical altercations in a relationship. Don't talk about verbal abuse. Every month, I mean, maybe it's in my community. But I don't think it just is. The more money you got, the more bullshit you got to go through. More money, more problems. I think of rape as like a whole different thing. Like, rape is rape to me. But if I got status, I'm a celebrity, I got money, I'm super lit, and you pull up and you on my dick, and you consensually having sex with me and you don't like the way I'm treating you, you don't feel like I gave you enough money or enough opportunity, it's fucked up now. And it set a certain precedence if a motherfucker guilty of that. And then when you get that shit snowballing, everybody like, yeah. A motherfucker fuck around and go to jail or get an extreme punishment for nothing.
As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice.
Uh-oh. Now those words sound wild, right? All them charges sound crazy, don't they? But let me say this. You know how people talk about flying chicks out? You know how chicks talk about getting flued out? If you on Instagram and you cooking and you selling coochie and niggas fly you out, that is considered sex trafficking. We might not say that's the, hey, yo, I'm flying, yo, you coming out here. I got this money, this what I'm doing for you. You coming out here. But motherfucker know what time it is. She ain't coming for free. She want money. It is a price. And in whatever state you flying her to, prostitution ain't okay. Diddy up. His whole harem travel with him. Now, say for instance, you got this big freaky shit going on like obviously Diddy did, right? Do the people around you not have jobs? Because once they get jobs and you spending money on them, giving them money, now you can enter into, because they saying this shit is a crime, what you doing with them, you spending the money from your legitimate business on crime. Arson, I think that's from what they said, blowing up some car. What was the rapper name that they said Diddy blew up his car? Was it the dude they was throwing bottles at that concert? What was his name? He looked like a young Craig Mack. He looked like Craig Mack, little brother. What's that rapper dude? Kid Cudi? Is that him? Well, like I said, Puff on a higher level. Because I know niggas on a lower level that's like, hey, yo, bro, don't try to talk to my girl. You can't fuck with her. Every one of us know that kind of person. But that's why I say everybody morally sound, right? But you start talking to people and they act like they ain't got that person in their family. You know one of your cousins, one of your uncles, could be your brother. Nigga can't fuck with his baby moms. Unless that nigga tougher than them. A lot of niggas, you can't fuck with they bitch unless you tougher than them. In the hood, that's how I be working. They ex-bitch whatever. A nigga will play with you. Is that normal or I'm bugging? Nah, Booed, you bugging. Booed, you crazy. That. And niggas ain't even got good reason to be that egotistical. In the hood, like, this Puff, though. Normal fucking activity. It's normal activity. Niggas been doing it. They just been poor. You know what beat the fuck up out of embarrassment? Money. You know how many chicks I know done been violated by niggas in the hood? They more ashamed and embarrassed by it because you just gonna get exposed and you ain't gonna get nothing from it. But when niggas tricked the chick into the train, when niggas snatched their clothes up and ran out the room like, you gonna let my man hit, all that crazy shit that niggas was doing, any chick I know that if they knew they was getting 30 mil, a couple mil off that, guess what the fuck them niggas did to me up over there in them buildings? Some type of money just kill the fuck out of embarrassment.
Let me
Talk
say a
to
little bit
me
more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways.
Everybody done had jobs. You might not have had a boss like that, but that sound like what bosses do. Hold on. That sound like what your manager try to do at a spot where you getting fucking $11 an hour.
Other people for years, and in a variety of ways.
Hold on.
Alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years.
Most of all the dudes I know, especially when they was younger, abused and exploited women. So we could be like, oh, we could clutch our pearls. We could do that. Or we could be like, figure that. Don't they say that about rappers? Don't they say that about basketball players? Don't they say that about celebrities? What they call them, high value men?
And in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported.
I'ma kill you if you don't. If he did that, yo, that's wild. That's crazy. What they tell us to do, though, is go to the police. So all this was happening and everybody was getting money. He threatened you. He made you suck a dick and you ain't never sucked dick before. You ain't even think you would ever do that. You like the ladies. But you left the crib, took whatever money, and waited 10 years because you were scared. And maybe he went back. Maybe he seen something in you. And you ain't been physically harmed. And you had a chance to escape. And they ain't even want to step up and stop that type shit happening to other people maybe, right? If it's happening.
Or caused to be transported over state lines. Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them. The freak-offs sometimes lasted days at a time, involved multiple commercial sex workers, and often involved a variety of narcotics, such as ketamine, ecstasy.
I done fucked on ecstasy. Molly. A lot of Americans do drugs. Niggas be on coke. Something. Where I come from, it's a such thing called a dope dick. You alcohol motherfuckers think y'all better than everybody else, but they got that Henny dick too. You motherfuckers go by a gas station, pick, yo, bro, I swear. But let it get on the news, that motherfucker start. And dudes been talking about freaking off. That's just a term niggas use. Niggas acting like Diddy made up freak off. Yo, boy, when I tell you niggas is clowning on these niggas is busters. It is what that. What can you
and
do?
GHB, which Combs distributed to the victims to keep them obedient and compliant. As alleged, when Combs didn't get his way, he was violent, and he subjected victims to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse so that they would participate in the freak-offs.
I can hear that, like, in relationships, motherfuckers be like trying to get their way and wilding. Like, yo, bro, like, ain't nobody perfect, but sometimes we know everybody ain't perfect. We delve into the areas where niggas ain't perfect in the same way that everybody we know ain't perfect, and because they up or in a different position, we crucify the shit out them. I know that's a different mindset coming from a poor person like me, but it's like, it take a little bit more for me to join the hate train and just like, it's hard for me. That's too much virtue signaling right there. When you start to pretend like that shit ain't normal, that's actually normal. And when you see somebody getting criticized, that's like, in your neighborhood, you spit on the ground. Because niggas usually spit outside, right? But then you see somebody else spit outside, and the same people that was all around you watching you spit outside start wilding on him. When do you step up and be like, fuck is going on here? Doing the same activities. And guess what? I'm going to say it. There are laws and regulations in America. Those laws and regulations, I have never really been anywhere where I seen people operating and going by them, right? Because the one thing that I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like, so I believe you are really being seduced and taken advantage of if you are a fucking little kid. And I think they saying that it's some shit with underage people. But when they be saying underage, because when you did some wild shit, they be like, Puffy had an 11-year-old girl over there. They be talking about the 17-year-olds, the 16-year-olds with the fake IDs that sneak out and go to the clubs and go to the videos. And they out there pursuing grown men. And every grown man went on camera, went on social media, was like, yeah, you know, I check IDs and shit like that. You know, I'm trying to. Oh, when you was 17, 18, when you was 19 hollering at a chick, you was like, yo, let me see your ID, make sure you ain't 16. When you encounter a woman in a club and you know it's 21 and over, you like, yo, let me, you know, before they, I can't even get you a drink, girl. Let me. Cause niggas is perfect. Somebody be like, well, you know, I'm the kind of. Niggas is always gonna sell you some shit when you can't see him. Yeah, I do that every you know me. Come on, my nigga.
And that Combs hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. On one occasion in March of 2016, that conduct was captured on video and later reported in the media. Specifically, Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a victim and a...
Nigga, I know females that done kick, punch, drag, threw shit at they niggas. Niggas that done did that to they girls. They still stayed together. Nigga ain't had nothing. See, what it is that, right? It's a difference in your relationship when a nigga up and a nigga dismiss you when your life changing and he just, it's so many other people wanting to come and just jump right in your position. That's a different vibe. That might be a little bit more frustrating. The more you got to lose, the more you actually can lose.